Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Soft Talks with John and Joy. Glad to have you here today.
Just
And
call
how
me
are you doing?
John.
Hey, hi.
With Bob and Susie today.
Yeah, exactly. So, but anyway, so we're glad you're here with us today. And Sean and I just been tossed a few things around this morning, and it becomes apparent as you're having conversations about your business how important mindset is. I mean, where are you at? Are you just going through the motions, or are you getting wrapped up with, oh, it's going to take this long, that long, and that type of thing? So, where are you at, Sean?
I think I'm even before yesterday's um, promptings to prosperity with Cody. But everything is mindset.
Hmm.
Whether it's mindset the right way and you're exceeding and hitting everything, no matter whether it's promptings or whatever you do, or it's mindset of you're limiting yourself. Where you're putting. I don't know that. I don't. I don't know that putting timetables on star one, star two, star three, star four is a good thing. I, I just think you go to, I mean, and I know he's going to hit the daily habits next week, but what do you want to do? And where do you want to go? What's the end picture look like?
Hmm.
And that could be, I've got my beach house picked out in Bel Air, you know, or I just want to have my house paid for, or I just want the extra $500. So what's that end thing? And we've talked about that vision look like, and don't limit yourself. Don't, and it's hard. And especially if you've never done this type of business before. And again, like yesterday, we all have our different monsters that we're, chasing and trying to, get rid of. And what's the Chinese proverb? We have two wolves in our head, and
Hmm.
one's going to win, and it's what you feed, the negative one or the positive one.
Right,
So
right.
I think humans are built to be kind of on the negative side from caveman days.
Yeah, yeah.
Got eaten
Survival.
by something.
Yeah, survival days. I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, I think that's
yeah.
and a lot of it, having a new grandchild, you always hear there's two fears that we're born with, and then the rest we learn, which is silly. So
Hmm.
and then it's combating that for the rest of our lives on how we overcome
Hmm.
them and move forward. So how
Yeah.
about you?
Yeah. Well, mindset is everything, and I think that, I think where we in this society get pulled down is we, number one, don't allow ourselves to look at that bigger picture. We
Hmm.
don't allow ourselves to look ahead. We sometimes get up first thing in the morning and we're already thinking about what we're going to do for our day without taking the time to really, what is it that you want to do today? Where do you want to be today? What is it you want? Not maybe physically, it's just like, where's your mind at?
Right.
Are you going to wake up with gratitude, or you're going to wake up with anxiety, for what you want to do, you
And I
know
love that funnel picture, the negative, and no, you're not going to live in that top all the time, but you have to be aware where you're in the bottom to go, all right, I can't be here. I got to do some things to get me up into a better vibration because I have an appointment coming up. And you don't want to come on as, hey, Joy, how are you today?
Hmm.
Thank you for,
Hmm.
really, I'm excited to have you send out cards,
Yeah, yeah,
versus,
exactly.
hey,
Yeah.
and not fake, but just be genuine because we all know we have something that we need to share with millions of people.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, exactly. You just kind of like, you trigger me into something with your tone of when you're, where your mind is when you go to talk. Years ago, when I was in a direct sales company, and it was my first experience with working for myself. Being independent. I was always in retail management, kind of thing. And you kind of learn, some different techniques that helped you with your voice conveying,
right.
where you're at with it. And I honestly did this, Sean, for a long time. I'd be sitting in my office, I'd have the phone in my hand, getting ready to make a call, and I'd have a mirror right directly across from me. And what do you look like?
Smile.
Because what what do you look like is going to
Right.
display in your tone. And
Yeah,
it's
you're like,
so silly true.
hello, yeah, or hey, because
Yeah.
I remember the 90s. people can, they hear you smile over the phone. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that sounds, but it is. I mean,
I know.
whether you're like this or you're like this,
I know,
it's
I
a
know.
difference.
Yeah, it really does. So you just kind of take that to another level as you in your personal development journey. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, let's get the mindset right. You're not going to have to worry about that. Your mindset has to be in a good place, and how you get in that good place, that's the challenge.
Yeah. And then you
That's
got
the
to figure out
challenge you
what
got
works
to
for
face.
you.
Yeah, that's
Read
right. And that's where you
read the
find what works
books,
for you.
listen to different, people that speak on it, and then figure out what works for you. I did a beach walk yesterday. Remember your 10-year-old self, what you had on your goal list and what you were going to accomplish, and what you would, mine with, shooting baskets, and I always had hit the game winning shot, you know. Um, and then life gets, I can't do that. You can't do that. Oh no. And we just listen to that instead of listening.
Hmm.
Go back to your 10-year-old self. Go make them proud. You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
would they be
Yeah.
proud of you today? Or if you're wherever you're at, what you're doing, don't beat yourself up. Just move forward. But it
Hmm.
is mindset, and I think, you know, limiting on how quickly you can build this organization. And I'm not where I want to be at
Hmm.
all. But limiting yourself, that's me. That's a mindset thing. I'm not where I want to be. Well, there's somewhere in the past I've been thinking that, where I got to change that. Where I could be an eagle. Honestly, you can be an eagle in a year. And you're going to
Hmm.
bust your ass. You're going to bring on a lot of people, but you're going to be surprised on how quickly that'll happen once you get in that focus. And
Hmm.
honestly, we were on an Eagles call last night. Man, we got a leader that is fired up about
Hmm.
that, and he knows how
Yeah.
quickly it can happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we've
Definitely.
got the leadership. We just need to get ourselves in the mindset, the daily habits, and just go to work and rock and roll.
We've
So
got the leadership, we've got the tools, I mean, when you think about what all we have
yeah,
available to us to
you don't
make.
need to recreate anything,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you don't. It's right there. And it's just like, yeah, anybody, you can do it with the right
Right.
mindset.
Yep.
And be aware of the fact that not all the time are you going to be in that spot, and it's okay because you can't grow if there's no place to grow from.
Right. Oh, good point.
So you're
Yep.
going to have your ups and downs, and you're going to have, but it all boils down to where's your mindset coming out of it, you
So it's
know?
all about mindset. Is that what we're hearing?
Yeah, I think that's the word. How did we spell that?
And find somebody that you can bounce ideas off of, or we've talked about, find an accountability partner within Sendout. They don't have to be on your team. They don't have to be in
Absolutely.
your upline or downline. If you click with somebody,
Hmm. Yeah.
accountability, you
Yeah.
know, because if you're not doing, I follow Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's got a lot of great stuff, and he's like, I had a lifting partner because and my job was, when I'm up and my lifting partner's down, it's my job to make sure he does what he does, and then vice versa. When I'm not feeling it, he's pushing me and he's making me better. So
Hmm.
find that person that can say, you had one appointment this week? Really? What else did you do? I know you have a full-time job, but we committed to a half an hour each night, and you showed one person? You don't want to be on that end. You want to say, all right, I need to show, I committed to five, I'm gonna do five. Or I committed to
Hmm.
10 or two or one, whatever your number is. So,
Hmm. Hmm.
um,
Yeah,
all right.
absolutely.
So
All right.
mindset.
Sounds good. Awesome. All right, everybody. Have a awesome week. Tell us what you do to pull yourself out of your mindset, get your mindset and mind in the right place, and we're all in this together, and we have got one heck of a fired up leader through this all. And it's just listen to the calls, get on the calls.
Real quick. Watch Tony Robbins thing, and he's been preaching this for years. If you stand like Superman, like this, or if you do one of these, you're leaning back in a chair. Harvard did a study. If you do that for 2 minutes, that will increase your thought process, your um, confidence. 2 minutes of just doing that, because you're
Because you have your shoulders back and you've got
Shoulders back, I'm ready to rock and roll. Or this is a like if somebody's sitting in a chair talking to you and they're sitting like this, that's kind of a power confidence, whether they think it or not, but it changes the chemistry in your body.
So sitting like that's not good?
No, it is good.
It is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that and then standing like Superman.
Either one of
So
them.
I'll stand like Superman today for at least 2 minutes.
Okay, well, I might
If
just
you're
do
feeling a little, yeah, do your
that.
Zoom,
That's
next
why
Zoom,
we'll have
like,
to talk next
hey,
time, Sean.
how's it going? Yeah, yeah, I'm good too. Let us
Interesting.
know how that worked out.
Yeah.
All
Awesome.
right.
Awesome. Well, hey, listen, everybody, have a great week and
Yep.
we'll talk to you next time.
All right.
See you
See you, Joanne. Have
later.
a good
Bye-bye,
weekend.
Sean.
Bye-bye.